I'd like to share a little bit about my voice, my journey around my voice, and around how I overcame some of the deepest, darkest, fearful spaces within me around expression. So when I was a child and when I was a teenager, I used to stutter really badly. I wasn't able to string a sentence together. I was super insecure. And of course I was shy because, when you stutter, it's difficult to make friends easily because you're so afraid of just being yourself and expressing, because what if you express and it all just fumbles out into this whirlwind of stuttering. I did have friends, and some of my friends I still have today, but in general I was so insecure and so shy, and my sense of self-worth was super low. I did have speech therapy lessons, and it honestly never ever helped. I stuttered for most of my childhood, my whole time in school, and when I left school, things started to change for me. And in my early 20s, I started a deep spiritual search within my own self. And one of the things that I came to learn about is this topic around self-confidence, but actually deeper than that is your sense of self-worth. My sense of self-worth, when I actually had to observe it, was so low at that time. And I had such little faith in myself. I didn't really love myself. I couldn't even look at myself to some degree, and I was so insecure. Through my own healing journey, I'm now 40 years old, and I hardly stutter anymore. Especially in the last few years, I've noticed that my stuttering just is less and less to the point that I can't even remember the last time that I actually stuttered, but quite badly. About 10 years ago, I got invited to be on a radio station. I think it was more like 15 years ago perhaps, and I did stutter. I was so shy, and it was quite embarrassing for me, and I realized that sure, I've still got some work to do with my own self-confidence, but a lot of it actually had to do with anxiety. So I found out that when I was younger, I didn't actually know this, that I found out that I was really anxious. And it made sense because I was always scratching. So for all of us, anxiety manifests in so many different ways. For me, I scratched. I was always scratching, and I was really, my insecurity I never helped either. So I had a lot of anxiety. And when I started to track my anxiety and started to work on my anxiety and heal my anxiety from the inside out, my stuttering got less and less. But one needs to go to the root. One needs to really dig deep into why the anxiety is there to begin with, and how can we unravel it piece by piece in a safe, nurturing way that actually has major impact on your life. Today I have spoken in front of big audiences. I have been on radio where I was recently, and I was able to speak completely from my heart and in peace without anxiety, and I was able to be myself. And this is a long journey for me. So I wanted to share the story because, even though stuttering, they say, is a speech impediment, and to some degree, yes, there are ways, and I'm sure for some people that speech therapy can help. Speech therapy never ever worked for me. It was only later in my life when I started to work on my inner core emotional issues and my own lack of belief in myself that actually my stuttering went, and I was able to feel more free and more alive. My anxiety is also a lot less now. And yes, when things get busy and intense, anxiety comes. But those moments are so rare now, and I have the tools in order to shift myself back into balance quite quickly. So my name is Lee Goodman, and I do offer private sessions to help people to overcome their fear of expression, to work with your deep wounds around your self-worth and self-confidence. I use various modalities to support people. The one modality that I created is called Awaken Your Hidden Voice, which is really very intuitive and very individual process, because I've done this work for many people now, and the process for each person is so different depending on who they are, what their childhood story is, how far they are in expressing themselves, and how suppressed they are. And you know, because of my path, I really understand how deeply personal it is and how hard it is to find your own voice. I'm still finding my own voice. I still have aspirations to speak in larger audiences, and I can still feel my own fears. Yet every day I try and take one step in order to express myself more, in order to be more of me. That is actually the key. A lot of my work also involves sound, music, some dance, some movement. So depending on who you are and what maybe resonates with you, I hope that I can support you. If this feels like something that you would like to talk to me about, and you feel like sharing with me where you are at and any support that I can give you, please drop me an email. You can find it on my website, leegoodman.com. Bye.